Hey there, my fellow mech crafters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Eldritch Guards. Episode 65, Diabolus. Alright, Inc. A day and a half and then you're done. And then next person is Fred or... Well, Fraggles, we can cure that. Oh, man. So, Windwork punched you in the spine for a permanent crack. We can solve that with bionics. So either Fred or Devil Eyes. Who bio sculpts next? What do you guys pick? So with Fred, it's an aching 11% pain gunshot wound, and for Devil Eyes, it is a same thing, identical, 11%. Oh God. Oh God. So he's having a tantrum. See, Panda, you're gonna have to hack his brain again. He's having a tantrum, but he has the breach axe, so he is going to break everything if I didn't pacify him. Because he was originally breaking some slag up here, and breach axes are like very, very good at destroying things, as that's literally what they're made to do. This is the second time he's been, like, in a coma as a result. Just, that's how it goes, I guess. So before I forget, let's go ahead and queue up that bionic spine, which will help. We had the crack, it was, Fraggles? Yeah, they'll help Fraggles with his pain levels. And movement levels, actually, because he's got some penalties there now. I've, like, turned off the lights in here. I'm just... Wow, he has a heart wound. Ouch. Heart scar from being shot by Swanky. That's rough. Death Refusal has been researched. Next one will be the Provoke Pit Gate. And I'm gonna get the next Biosculpt pod for... Looks to be Fred. But we'll see. Don't want to call it too early. There's still time to flip-flop that vote. The Diabolus. Mikas, wake up in the middle of the night. I know. But anytime that comes off of gestation timing, I want you to interact. So we're actually already half done with that. That's pretty good. Ain't too shabby. It's spine time. With the amount of Nutrimine, Heal Root, or herbal meds, I should say, and cloth, we can also just use standard meds from here on out. I think that's fine. Unless we get, like, a bug invasion where we're, like, covered in tiny cuts. That's probably a poor use of, of industrial meds. Alright, Fraggles, you are healed up. Perfect. Ink's out in 7 hours, and then we'll get the other Biosculpt going. Alright, I'm going to have Red start to haul steel to it. Ink, once he's up, will definitely help out in trying to acquire metals more quickly, because he is by far the best miner, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, maybe the... Oh no, you don't have anesthesia. I was thinking you're Fraggles. Structure 8? Yeah, I trust you, I suppose. Now, what kind of material do we have to put in that pod? We're pretty low. We're not low on rice. We just haven't hauled it. We have like 1,000 rice sitting in the farm, just like waiting to be hauled. I might want to... Well, it looks like the lifter bots are already doing it. I was going to say I might want to zone it so that the lifter bots are just like the only ones that can do it, but I think that's okay. So, Ink, let's have you inspire Sea Panda, because Sea Panda is probably our best constructor, and I'm going to reduce the amount of psi focus that Sea Panda wants to seek so that Sea Panda can spend more time on the actual construction. And Ink is also constructing, and I'm okay with that. So Ink has had his brain fixed from the scar. Shoot. I auto-loaded nutrition to it. I didn't mean to. Oh well. And we just auto-loaded nutrition to this one too. Oh well. I really only want to put like non-tainted meat in here. But it's a little late for that. I don't know what they put in there. Why are you moody? Oh yeah, rip scan and all that stuff. Fair enough. Devil Eyes, are you going to behave now? And Fred and Devil Eyes is tied, so I'm just going to determine who gets in there with the flip of the coin. So, heads will be Devil Eyes, tails will be Fred. Tails. Fred, you getting cured. It's going to take a minute, though. Oh, is that a bug? Yeah, I think it was. Maybe it's intended. But this Biosculptor had all of its nutrition loaded in. I moved it, and then it lost all of its nutrition. So I have to reload it. I don't know if that's intended or not. But if it's not intended, then definitely a bug. Okay. So Fred, you are going to go in for a pleasure cycle to biotune it to you, and then you're going to go in for a full-on regen cycle. Ink is about to blow a gasket here. Holy moly. I don't think I have a soother. How many drugs do I have? I have some drugs. I'm just going to wake him up and have him drink. There we go. That helps him. If you move a fish tank, you tend to remove the water. Yeah, that's fair. As I said, I'm not sure if it's a bug or intended. But if it's not intended, it's a bug. But I don't want to assume. I don't presume to know whether or not that's how they want it. One of the other things I could do while we double insulate this is to double up my walls like this. One of the advantages to this is that 2 sections of the wall will have to be broken in order to breach. The disadvantage is it's a little bit more annoying to home zone and repair and all that. But because of how often this specific wall gets destroyed, it's probably worth doubling it up like that. Because this is like the most common breach point when we aren't forcing raiders into the maze. So I'm getting tired of having to fix this wall over and over and over and over and over again. We'll just make it so that it's harder for it to break critically. So this area, I don't really care about the floor or whatever getting cleaned. Just leave it as is. No, don't roof it. Don't roof it. Don't roof it. In fact, don't roof any of this for now. We'll roof it once it's like armed and ready to go. You're saying finally to that? Yeah, I get it. It's one of those projects in progress for like ages now. Alright, Featherfall. I'm pretty sure that's not where the barn is. Oh, I see the issue though. Because of the forbidden... That's so funny that the barricades stop them. I mean, yeah, it stands to reason the barricades would stop a horse. These aren't steeplechasing horses. We can get rid of that and replace this with like a proper wall. Caribou getting pissed. TJ, you gonna be alright? Yeah, you're fine. It's been a while since I've been like stomped to death by caribou. Diabolus only has a few cycles left, which is awesome. Much faster than I thought it would go. Mostly because Mikas hovers around the crafting room constantly, so it isn't very far walk from where he typically is waiting. Shorter commute to work makes you more productive. Who would have guessed? Alright, the rice has been hauled. That's awesome. And as far as research goes, Pickgate will take us quite a while because it is a dense research project. It looks to me like we're kind of waiting on both plasteel and steel. Like my deep drillers can't decide what's more important, but we'll have that stuff harvested soon. I love how my guy... Okay, you know, if you're gonna hug... If they're gonna hug the fence here, I might as well just create... Like, this is the desire path? RimWorld pathing is always hilarious. It's coding efficient, but it makes no sense when you look too closely at it. So I'll pave up the desire path rather than fight the pawns. Alright, doubled up wall is done. I've added it to the home zone. Looks like most of everything that needs to be in the home zone has been. Doing my best to try to keep him happy. He still had him on the break. Oh well. We are formally out of marble. So, I'm going to start hauling marble chunks from in and around the map to my stonecutter tables so that we can A, have the walls complete, and then B, have repair materials. So I'm going to leave a 2-wide stockpile here from, or yeah, 2-wide stockpile here for marble. So we store marble out here. You know, I could also just put marble here. Like this. Marble blocks. There. Got a shelf with repair materials for the maze. Oh, that's great. Yep, yep. Leave that incomplete. Good, good, good. A sign of a good constructor is laps of and gaps and holes and all that good nonsense. What is going with Ink? He like went into the regen cycle to cure his brain damage and came out angry. Okay, now I say that, I can kind of understand. Just required me to say it out loud. Be like, yeah, okay, then maybe that would piss me off too. Getting your brain, your melon blown up from bullets causes mood changes. Yeah, I understand that now. Again? Double eyes, come on, man. Just stop it. Just quit trying to kill entities. How do we even stop you this time? Alright, he's gonna end up killing entities because Sea Panda is like too far away to stop him. I also need to start making more chem fuel because Sea Panda's jump packs are not even filled. What is the chem fuel bill? So let's make chem fuel out of... Oh, not from organics. From wood? Doing until we have 500. Come on, Sea Panda, you gotta get here quick. Because Double Eyes is gonna go crazy. For the ntth time. This is his third mental break in like a week. Where he tries to kill entities. Or smash things. Oh! Alright, yeah, that makes it better. A high psychic droner, yeah, I'm sure all of the women in the colony are gonna love that. Randy Random's just like, alright, you know what you need? More angry people. They're not done punching each other, but we want to see them punch each other more. Well, okay then. Well, of all the entities that he picked to kill, like, it could have been worse. Certainly could have been worse. So Fred will be out in his biotuning and pleasure cycle in about a day. The Diabolus only has 3 more cycles left, so that's coming to a conclusion pretty soon as well. And then once we have a bit of a hard... Oh, actually, it looks like we already have Agrass. So, let's strum at this. So it looks like it's about 200 per reload. Oh, except for I shouldn't do the centers. That was a mistake. Let me count that again. So for a full reload, it's 166. Got it. That's not bad. Definitely want more haygrass harvest so that we have plenty to be able to cook entities. What break did you take? Visions. Dark Visions. Red just gave up. I don't want Red to leave. So we're going to have to arrest Red. Swinky, I'm going to have you do it faster, because Red's going to leave the community if I don't stop her. What's your chance of 100%? Okay. Just wanted to make sure that it was not like we're going to beat her up. I guess that means turning this back on. Keep the prison nicer. But at least we stopped Red from departing. So you are going to be... I'm going to reduce your resistance for now until the droner goes away. And then I'll release her once the droner's done. Giving up is just a strange reaction. I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, I get it. Conditions are so bad, you'd rather just be on your own. It's not, like, crazy. It's just a harsh one, especially if they give up, like, at the edge of the map, and there's no real warning. There's no advance warning, and they're just like, bye! Like, oh, man. That's rough. I hate when that happens. So why is this pen not enclosed? Ooh. Yeah, because this door needs to be closed. Or alternatively, one more barricade. You think the insult... Oh, great. Now she's escaping. You think the insult spree is dumb? I mean, any of the mental breaks I could see from both angles, right? Like, definitely some people just, like, lose their temper and have what RimWorld would consider an insult spree. That isn't too uncommon in real life. So with Whooshish, or whatever their name is, trying to escape, well, you are gonna get executed now, because you're guilty. Come on, Red. Just fall over. I don't want to hurt you any more than I have to. Thank you. Fraggles really got beat up bad. And Swank, go murder Wishish. More chips. Yep. I just want to amass chips for guilty prisoners. So that I have them when I need them. It might be a good time to call in bulk goods trades. I have a lot of meat. Maybe if I had more... Because Mikas has kind of been like a slightly idle. Maybe if I made corsets out of low quality leathers and then called them in. So really any leather except for Thrumbo make into a corset. And this will be Mikas, and then I'll copy this and have this be Fraggles. I don't really care who's doing it, just corset me. Rip. So now it's justified execution. That's not so bad. Comparatively. There's also potentially an opportunity to just get a second... Well, I'm not going to do the second Tailor bench just yet. I don't think we need corsets that badly. So my steel and plasteel is in a horrible place where I have, like, none of either. But in due time, we should be able to fill those demands up. Chem fuel's coming back. But it looks like trees are not so good. So let's go ahead and auto-cut trees and pen again and top up our wood count, because we've been cooking the trees into chem fuel pretty quickly. Opfer, thank you for resub. Cheers. Almost choked on that. And the gifted subs. Alright, droner's done. Red. You are malnourished. Oh man, we have not been tending to you at all. We're going to feed you and tend to you and then release you. And with a big old apology of, sorry we punched you in the face, but you were a little unruly there for a bit. So, not our fault, but we still feel bad. High quality meds. And then once you're up, you get released. What a day these guys have had. Or a week, I should say. It's been rough. Life has not been gentle for my my poor people here. The mazes are almost done. The southern maze is just a few pieces from being finished. And then what I'm going to want to do is to roof it up and then enclose it fully. How much more leather do I have? Quite a bit. Okay. I was planning on calling in the bulk goods trader so that I could trade off all of the corsets that I make. But I'll wait until we burn through our leather supply. Hey, Stickiest. Thank you for the resub. Show the void who's boss. I'm working towards it, for sure. Speaking of which, Mr. Mikas, you have a Diabolus to touch. I don't know, like, what is this? Just like, in my headcanon, he's just like hugging the vat. It's like, there. Keep getting born. It's like, what? It's such a weird requirement. Alright, Southern Maze is done. We're almost done. Close enough. Making sure that printing didn't fail? Yeah, like, I get it. I understand a little. I still feel it silly at times. So not too many cycles left on the Diabolus. I absolutely do not have the materials for a War Queen, and nor will I for quite some time. There's a lot more deep drill mining to be had before that's ready. One thing that I could do would help, which is to turn Ink over from construction to mining at this point, so that he can help to acquire the steel and plasteel that we need. And then the last part of this is to, once it's all nice and armed and ready to go, to remove it from a home zone so we don't try to fight the fire when it's on fire in there, because that makes no sense. The last thing is probably... So one thing I hadn't thought of, which I probably should have at this point, is... do we keep this door open? Maybe we do. Because either I keep that door open, or like I create a dedicated tunnel to the outside. But I think it just makes sense to just keep that door open. What that will do effectively, however, is it will have a single wall here, but that doesn't really lead to the rest of the base so effectively, especially if I just like drop a wall door combo here. I'm trying to like create baffling or create like an airlocks so that it's not like a single breach point for a vulnerable spot to be able to get into the base. So if we kept this door open, there's still like extra layers that would need to be breached in order for it to really be a problem. So I suppose that's fine. One raid, please. Oh, it'll happen sooner or later. I get raided pretty often. Alright, Red is out of prison. Grab your heavy SMG. And then, like, try to behave. The Diabolus is out! So I think what I'm going to do is create a new zone. Idle combat mechs. I'm going to put idle combat mechs in here so that the Mr. Diabolus goes to Zone 2, and then Control Group 2 for Mikas is going to be a dormant self recharge. So actually go to Group 1 for now. So he'll just dormantly recharge here. And, well, maybe I want you to actively recharge. Yeah, looking at the waste pack atomizer not being... Well, we just generated a whole bunch of waste. So yeah, dormantly recharge. But good, the Diabolus is done. And that also means that we have a raffle timer for it. So let me get that ready. Good luck. Alright, the next thing I wanted to do is to get a War Queen. And we have the high subcore and the nano chip for it. We don't have the plasteel, we don't have the steel. And also the War Queen requires a considerable amount of steel regularly. Because the War Queen is, to make urchins, basically prints with steel. So we're definitely going to want a fair bit of steel for that. Oh, Fred, right. Regen cycle. So I have got 6 spare bandwidth. Enough for a War Queen. And then with this Bandodon, enough for a War Queen and a Tunneler. That was the ultimate goal, is to have 3 big mechs to be able to hold a choke point. So, looks like we're well on our way to get that. We just need to do a lot more deep drilling. Devil Eyes, can I trust you with a weapon yet? Or, like, are you going to use it to try to massacre entities? You're probably going to try to massacre entities. I shouldn't trust him. He's not giving me any indication that he's trustworthy. But, I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. Yeah, maybe. I know. Alright, looks like North Maze is all set to be roofed up to. Awesome. So the maze is done. The Diabolus is done. Just ate a War Queen. And Tunneler. Take a look at the map tile. The distress signal is timed out. There's only 2 hunting sites, so there's really nothing around our base points of interest that would be good for us to do. So I would say maybe have you guys vote on what to do next between gestating... Oh, okay. Or dealing with a mech cluster. Thanks, game, for telling me what I have to do next. This is a really interesting cluster, because all of the mechs are inside the pods. So yeah, let me add that to the priority. Gestate a War Queen, Tunneler, and deal with the cluster. So this does not have a proximity. It does have a countdown activator of 2 days. I'm trying to think of... I'm trying to think of how I want to deal with that. So, like, normally I would say provoking a pit gate, but we don't actually have provoke pit gate yet. Because that is far more than what just, like, some regular old flesh beasts can deal with. Really? I mean, thanks for the silver, but did you have to take out my bridge? The other thing I could try to do is to provoke a raid from Neanderthals. Even Shamblers and Flesh Beasts probably couldn't take that out. That's a pretty big mech cluster. It has, what, a high shield? And... how many drop beacons? 5 drop beacons. So let's figure this out. 5 drop beacons. That's a lot. And then 9 capsules. It's got a high shield, no low shield. So it's not shellable. So I'd have to go there and wake it up myself. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could try the Shamblers and the Flesh Beasts approach. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Skyra. I'm going to re-roll this. Zleb. Man, I just keep getting doubled up names. Zleb. You don't have anything named after you at the moment, right? Yeah, so maybe I'll do Shamblers and Flesh Beasts. And then I can also draw animals, and then, yeah. We have a lot of smaller animals on the map tile, so I could do a animal pulsar after drawing animals. I think that would work. I mean, it's a lot, but it would work. Yeah. So in preparing for this, I want to schedule everyone to be behind the walls. I need to repaint the behind the walls a little bit, because there are some pieces of this wall that I would not want. Like, if I left this, it's valid to stand here and repair it from the other side. So I need to repaint these a bit. So here we go. Is that... nope, not that. Okay, behind the walls looks good. Then the other thing I want to do is to turtle up the base, because if I'm using an animal pulsar, if I'm using animal pulsar, I'm going to want to control where the animals congregate, and I want them to congregate here. So that means essentially breaking up all of my other exit points on purpose. Skyra. No, you're resting. Okay. So having this as the only valid exit point, and then being able to wall that up at a moment's notice. I should also paint another zone behind the mazes. Yeah, at some point. I'll probably paint it when I need it. Because if I never end up needing it, I wouldn't want to paint it ahead of time. Oh, the ambrosia's done. Okay. So it's going to wake up in a day and a half. And I could also call in allies, but I'd rather not if I could help it. All right, Mikas, are you really up? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to micromanage Mikas to be the one to brick up a lot of these exits. And at this point, everybody but Mikas is behind the walls. And Mikas is just bricking up the valid exits. I didn't really want a roof there, but whatever. I also don't care. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that one yet. Oh, no, I did. We still have this. Okay. Red. Sea Panda, could we counsel red? Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Eldritch Guards, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 21st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow guardsmen.